All right, so you want to retire early, have more free time, pay off debt, or heck, even be a millionaire. Well, to be able to do that, you need to add streams of revenue. On average, the average millionaire has 7 different streams of revenue. At least that's what Google tells me, and it kind of sounds good, so I'm gonna roll with it. So while I am not quite a millionaire, I still have a little ways to go. You can help me by smashing the like button on this video. I am going to break down the 8 streams of revenue that I have that I believe are going to help me become a millionaire. I don't do it to brag. I just hope that it will help motivate you and to help you find new streams of revenue that you can add into your portfolio to help you in your financial goals. All right, so my first stream of revenue is obviously just my job. So I am a licensed CPA, that is a certified public accountant. I got a master's degree in accounting, and then I went and took some gnarly tests to be able to become a licensed CPA. Now that is my breadwinner. That's where I'm getting most of my income right now, although I am using a big chunk of that income to go and invest in passive income, because that is what I want. I want to be able to make money while not having to put in a ton of time. Now, out of respect for my employer, I'm not going to tell you how much I make, but I'm sure you could Google the average wage of a CPA and come up with some random number that you'd feel comfortable with if you really want to know my wage. But my biggest tip with this, with jobs, is knowing that when you go to college or you're going to a trade school, find a skill that people are willing to pay for and specialize in that. I always thought it was silly when people would go to college, especially in the school of business, which is where I was because that's accounting, and they would just get like a really generic like business management. And I'm like, that can be good if you went and got a master's degree in it, but you need to have a skill set that people are willing to pay for. And I feel like just getting this general business degree isn't good enough. So if you are going into college, find something that people are going to pay for. Be the best plumber out there, get super good at accounting, be really good at marketing, and tone those skills down so that you're just amazing at those things. And that is going to be a really good springboard to be able to help you invest in the future. All right, my second stream of revenue that I added is my Airbnb. You know, if you are new to the channel, go check out all my videos. I make videos about how I started an Airbnb, the easiest way to start a rental. And obviously, if you are returning to the channel, you know my story about this, but I started an Airbnb. It makes about $1,200 a month, and it is mostly passive. My wife was cleaning the Airbnb between visits for a good long while, but we just recently hired a cleaner, and it is awesome. So we just pay her, and we are still able to net right around $1,000 a month off of that Airbnb. Now, if you are also renting an Airbnb yourself, hit me up in the comments section. Tell me where you're located. I think it's interesting to find out where people are running Airbnbs. I'm running it in a small rural town in Utah. It is right next to some amazing national parks, so I have actually really high booking rates. So I average right around like 90% occupancy from the 1st of March until the end of October because of these national parks. Now, I took all of the income that I got from that Airbnb, plus a lot of the excess income that I got from my job, and I just save like freaking crazy. I'm just super frugal. And then I went and bought a long-term rental property. So I actually found a turnkey rental property. So I already had a tenant in it, and I just bought it and then took over that lease so that she is now paying me. So it was a really, really good deal. This long-term rental is my third revenue stream. Now, when you are looking at rental properties, there are some really easy rules that you can follow to find a good deal. And one of those rules is the 1% rule. The 1% rule is if you can make 1% of your purchase price in monthly rent, then it is like a no-brainer. You should go and buy that property. For example, the rental property that I bought, I actually bought it for $78,000, and I net about $850 from rent. So if I can do $78,000 in a purchase price, 1% of that is $780. So making $850 in rent, no brainer. It was super easy to just be like, yes, I'm going to buy this because this is a killer deal. And just like with my Airbnb, I just grabbed those pennies and held on tight and did not let anything slip through the cracks. I saved all of my profits, and then I was actually able to go and buy another long-term rental property. How I got this one is I actually bought a house and then I moved into it and I converted my old house to a long-term rental, and it nets me about $1,200 a month in rent. So that property alone has about a $800 mortgage payment, and I make about $1,000 a month from the Airbnb and $1,200 a month from the long-term rental. So if I followed that 1% rule, it actually is following it as well, because I bought that property for $185,000 and I am making over $2,000 in rent. And so it was just like a no-brainer, super easy, and I picked up that property and it has been great. Real estate really is just a cash flow game. That's all you really got to think about it is, can I make enough positive cash flow to cover my mortgage, to cover any utilities if that is how you are structuring your rental, and just make sure you can cover any emergencies that may come up. Now, if you can do all of that and just keep that positive cash flow, then it is just like a no-brainer. You should jump in. One thing I like to do, and some people may say this is a little conservative, but I think it's smart. I always think the worst case scenario. So say if I have a rental property, and right now I have 3 if you count the Airbnb, say one of them just goes vacant for 6 months. Can the other 2 help me sustain that one? And in my situation right now, it totally can. So I can completely absorb 6 months of not renting to anybody. Now, I don't think that's ever really going to be the case. I don't think I will have to go 6 months with somebody not renting one of my rental properties, but it helps me just feel more confident in my ability to go and purchase these properties, because I know that if for some crazy reason 6 months I go without it, I can still cover my bases. All right, and I know, crazy story, I saved all my profits and I took all those profits and I actually am partnering on a hotel. Now, on that one, it's dormant. We actually have to do a ton of remodeling. So that one's not in my passive income streams yet. It is not quite making profit, but it has the potential to do amazing. All right, my 5th stream of revenue is actually a health savings account. Now, let me explain. A health savings account is a wonderful tool. You can actually put money into it tax-free, and then whenever you spend it on a medical expense, it actually comes out completely tax-free. Now, if you want to learn more about HSAs, just check out my video that I've made on them. It goes into a little more in depth, but you can put in tax-free and you can pull out tax-free. There's not very many accounts that allow you to do that. All right, the reason I have my health savings account in my passive income or my income streams is because I can actually invest the balance that I have in my HSA into index funds, and I have had appreciation throughout 2021, right around $1,100 in 2021. Now, I also have tax savings about $1,500 because I max out my HSA, which in 2021 for a family is $7,200. So I am able to write off $7,200 of income, and that results in a tax savings. Now, I've said this before, and I am a firm believer in it. There are 2 ways to have more money. You can either increase your income or decrease your expenses, and an HSA does both. All right, my 6th income stream is an IRA account that I had. So at a previous employer, I had a 401k and I was contributing into it. I rolled that over into my traditional IRA and I contribute into that as well. That one has made me about $2,000 in 2021, which is about a 10% gain because I have roughly 20 grand sitting in it. I like IRAs, especially traditional IRAs, because once again, you can contribute in tax-free. Now, when you do pull it out at retirement age, you are taxed on it, but I would rather save money on taxes now and use that savings, that money that I save, to go and invest in more real estate. All right, income stream number 7 is actually just my Robinhood account. So I have some money that I throw in to my Robinhood account and I just invest in stocks. So I have invested in Cisco, the food company, Car, which is like Budget, and Avis, the rental cars. I bought that right when the coronavirus hit, and it was just done amazing for me. And then I have one in UUU, which is a uranium mine in where I grew up, and it has been killing it for me as well as a few cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and Dogecoin. And that one has made me not a whole lot. I don't have a whole ton of money in it, but I've made about $2,000 or $3,000 in 2021. All right, and now income stream Number 8 is actually YouTube. So I have recently become monetized on YouTube, and I'm going to break it down. We're going to go to the computer and I can show you a little more of my stats. But I became monetized at the end of August. So September was my first full month, and I am almost through October as well. Now, to become monetized on YouTube, you need to have 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. So thank you all for all of that help, because you have fulfilled a dream of mine. It was a goal, and it took a year and a half. It took a long time, but because of you guys, I am officially monetized on YouTube. Now let's go check out my stats. All right, so here are my analytics, but first I'm on the dashboard and I have 1,458 subscribers. So thank you for everybody that is subscribed. If you are not subscribed, hit that button, help me hit 100,000 subscribers. All right, let's jump into my analytics, and I'm just gonna go straight to my revenue tab. So for the month of September, my first month monetized, I made $156, and you can see in October, it was right around $143. Now, so far in November, it's around $10. So I'm getting about an average of $4 to $5 a day in ad revenue off of my YouTube channel. So after being monetized for just over 2 months, I have made $316, which is pretty dang awesome. I'm excited about that. And the cool thing about the YouTube revenue is the thing that I like a lot about it is that it's really scalable, meaning once I put a video out there and it just is getting views, well, it's just gonna keep getting views. Now, I will say YouTube revenue is not as passive as some of my other income streams are, because it takes a lot of work to go in, video, write a script, edit it, put it out there. But once it's out there, all of that time is kind of like, it's over. I've already spent the time on it, and now I can just sit and make money. So for example, these top earning videos over here, like how to sell your houses and avoid taxes, that thing just makes a couple bucks every single day. Now, the goal is once I have more videos out and they're all making a couple bucks every day, I'm hoping to see that $4 to $5 range get a lot higher and make a lot more revenue. So I really like YouTube revenue for that reason. So those are my 8 streams of revenue that I have. If you have any questions about any of them, please hit me up in the comment section, and we'll see you guys next time.